Hi, friends. It's Mrs. Wright coming to you with your animal report information. So, yesterday I was hearing from students about how do we fill in this chart and how do we do it. So, because I was getting that feedback, I wanted to make sure that you understood what to do. So, I'm going to go through what I did to find my research. So, here's my friend. I decided that I wanted to pick an animal that no one had heard of. This is called a colugo. He's so cute. Look at those eyes. Okay? Check this guy out. Look at how he's on. Do you see him on the tree? He's there. And then he does this really, that's him. They're kind of like flying squirrels. They're fascinating. They they don't fly. They glide from one tree to another. So, and look at how he's camouflaged into that tree. It's really hard to see, right? Look at him, he's kind of cute. This one in particular. Oh, so cute. So this is called a colugo. And so what I did was to find an animal, I did a search on weird animals, and this guy caught my attention. So this is why I chose him for my report. So Colugo, he's also known as a flying lemur, and this is his Latin name. This is the name that the scientists refer to the animals are. They don't just say, "Oh, it's a Colugo." They have a scientific name for it. So over here, I started with his appearance, and I these are what you're looking for. As Mrs. Chen said to you the other day in her video, it's good to use a mechanical pencil because you can write fine. But I wanted to make sure mine was dark enough so you could see it. So you're going to the fur. I wrote fur blends into the colors of trees, like I showed you in that picture. So what? So see how his fur blends into that tree, okay? And the color of the fur is white, black, or gray. And then I added here big round eyes because he's got these big round eyes, and he weighs about 2 to 3 pounds. And this section here, this is called a membrane. And look, these are actually his fingers here and his toes. And this stretches from his fingers all the way to his toes. So it's like a kite when he glides from tree to tree. So when you're finding your research, I didn't copy it word for word because that's plagiarism. You just write, you kind of put it in your own words. And if this is too hard for you, have your parents write the notes for you. You guys work on it together because this is a lot to ask of little people. So you can have your parents write for you if you're concerned about making it fit into the spots. And you guys can have a conversation about it. You can learn together. So for his habitat, I learned that he lives in the trees. He lives in the tropical forests of Southeast Asia. He's nocturnal. He hangs from a branch upside down during the day. And then at night, he glides from tree to tree. This was an interesting fact, right? He can glide longer than a football field. I read he can glide up to 150 feet. Wow. Okay, so our friend, my Kalugo, he's an herbivore, and we learned that herbivores don't eat meat. So what he does is he eats leaves, shoots, flowers, sap from the tree, and fruit. Because he lives in the trees. That's where he lives. And what he does is he during the night he glides from tree to tree in search of food. So that's how our friend. It's what's another thing that is interesting about him is they can't live in captivity. So the longest one that's ever lived in captivity was like 15 years. So they don't know, they only know a small bit about their lives. So that was interesting to learn about that. So predators, what eats them? Well, owls do, pythons, because pythons live in trees too, and so does owls. Yellow-throated martins. That's kind of, and his way to escape is he just jumps. He glides from one tree to another. This is not a predator, but this is an issue for the colugos. The trees are being cut down in the rainforest, and that's causing a problem because they're having habitat destruction. So I included that in the predators. That probably could go over here in other interesting facts, but I kind of just stuck it there because I thought it was interesting. Um, So the life cycle, they don't know actually that much about it. We know that he's a mammal, he's got fur, and he's warm blooded. The babies are born alive, like humans, and that the babies drink from the mother's milk. The baby stays in the mother's tummy for only 2 months. And when they're born, they're pretty fragile. So they cling to the mom. And the lifespan in the wild is actually unknown because they need to have lots of wide open spaces to glide from tree to tree. And every time they've been brought into the wild or into the zoos, they can't, there's not enough trees for them to glide from enough space. So they end up dying really early in captivity. So really interesting. Here's another thing that actually could actually go over into the diet. Their teeth look like little combs. So they kind of comb the bark of the trees. So very fascinating creature. I learned so much about this little dude that I had no idea. So in your the video that Mrs. Chen posted, she said that you could use note cards. And I completely agree with her. If we were doing this in the classroom, we would be using note cards. So what you can do with a note card is you can break it up easier. So I'm going to start with this note card and I'm going to write appearance. APPEARANC, appearance. And I'm going to write that on the back. And then on the front side, oh, sorry, I wrote it upside down. I'm going to write appearance again. Okay, and then I'm going to write about, let's see. So it's a good idea to break, so looks. Um, actually, you know what? This is actually, you know what? So we'll do looks. All right, so it's fur, right? So you're gonna write one fact per sheet, okay? So fur, it blends into the, right? Blends into color of trees. That's camouflage. So I can add that too, camouflage, right? And the color is, so then you can add, this goes with color though. So this card is all about the fur. And the color of fur is white, black, and gray. Okay? So fur. And then, all right, we have another appearance card. So APPEARANCE. And then turn that over, right? Appearance at the top again. So you can choose. You can choose to use the note cards, or you can choose the note cards, these, or you can choose to use the sheet. APP, or you can even do both if you want. Appearance. Okay, and so I have big round eyes. You could do weight. They're small. Weigh about 2 to 3 pounds. All right. And then another appearance. Appearance. Unique features. Okay. So I think his eyes are, so I would do big round eyes. His big round eyes are a unique feature. And I also think the extensive membrane that attaches to hands and feet. Okay, so these are my cards on my appearance. Okay, and so when you get to the point where you're going to write your paragraph, you could start with what you think would make sense, what would be your first sentence. I think maybe describing him with the fur blending into the color. I would actually probably start with this first. The color of the fur is black and white, and the color of the fur blends in the trees. And then I would probably go with, so you get to decide. Maybe you're gonna go with the weight of it, and then maybe you're gonna do it has some unique features. So when you do this like this, you can clip them together, and when we get to the part where we have to write our here, it's very easy because these are just your sentences. They're all right here. And when you do your fact sentences, you can take these and turn them into your sentences. Okay? Pretty interesting. All right, so that's kind of how writing your report would look like. So then you could have another section, and if you had different note cards, you could do different color. You could do habitats in green. So this is what you're working on this week. So today you've shared with me your animal name, and now you're going to continue to work on getting your facts. And like I said, you might want to do this with a parent. It might help you get your facts written on here. So let's ask little people to be able to do this. So you don't have to ask me if it's okay. Can I get help from my mom? Yes, or your dad or nanny or whoever. Yeah, make it a group effort. Okay? And if you are good to go, you can just do it by yourself too. All right, friends, let me know if you have any questions. Once again, my friend is called the Kalugo, and here he is. One more time. Oh, hello. He's so cute. Hello. Camouflage, remember? And look at him go flying. They don't fly, actually. They glide. All right, here we go one last time. Aww. All right, friends, let me know if you have any questions on this. Bye.